Storytelling, as I have just explained, has the power to engage, influence, teach, and inspire you and others around you. It leads to deeper self-understanding and growth. In fact, the mini exercise we just did a few seconds ago around recalling a positive, memorable story, reflecting on why that story is important to you and what that story is telling you about yourself, that in itself has inspired you. That has taught you something about yourself. Now we learn to create a system around that story so you can then tap into your mental well-being through that story and create a sustainable, positive well-being routine for yourself. A little bit about myself. My name is George Eapen, and I've been a Chief Storytelling Officer for the last 17 years. I started off my career telling stories and creating brands for Procter & Gamble, and then creating stories for the likes of PepsiCo globally. And these stories helped me to realize that there is immense power in storytelling to connect with the hearts and minds of millions of people around the world and getting them to choose a Pepsi over a Coke, getting them to choose a Head & Shoulders shampoo over another competitor's shampoo, getting them to choose and buy into the human side of a product through its story. I then had the chance to create powerful stories and connections for Vodafone, for tech companies, and for individuals around the globe. And after 17 years of storytelling, I've uncovered that there are two powerful components that create for positive, memorable stories that connect the heart and the mind so powerfully that it creates positive mental well-being. And I've put this together into a system called the 5-4-30 system to help you to craft your powerful story, connect it to your heart and mind, create a sustainable routine, and revisit the story every day so that you can make the most of the day, so that you can overcome obstacles in your life with your authentic, true story. You know yourself more than anybody else. And by creating your authentic, true, positive, purpose-driven story, you get the chance to boost your mental well-being and create a sustainable, powerful habit. So let's learn more about how we do that. Now, when you look about storytelling and mental wellness and research it online, you see that 1 in 5 adults across the world in recent surveys have said that they struggle with their mental wellness on a daily basis. And now it's almost 1 in 4. So 25% of people around the world struggle daily with mental wellness. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I also struggle with this on a daily basis. And by creating my purpose-driven story and revisiting it and reflecting on it daily, I'm able to push through and make the most of my day and operate with peak mental well-being. And I'd love to share this framework with you today in this video. There's also deep scientific research from the National Institute of Health in the US, from medical journals in the UK, South Africa, Asia, that consistently show that storytelling has been proven to boost overall well-being of the mind, body, and spirit. So we will uncover what it takes to understand the art and science of storytelling so we can actually boost our overall well-being. We all need it today. Given all the challenges that we have on a daily basis, we need sustainable mental well-being to push through the challenges and to be very productive on a daily basis and operate with peak mental well-being. So let's get into the 5-4-30 mental wellness framework from Next Dimension Story so you can elevate your story to the next level by tapping into the ancient art and science of storytelling. Now, I talked about the two crucial components that make for a powerful, positive, memorable story that is etched deep in your mind and your heart, and which you can tap into to boost your overall mental well-being. And the two components are the power of images, and how images, when you're connected with the right words, can create the right metaphors for your brain to deeply process these images and their associations. And this is called metaphor association, taking images and words and connecting them powerfully together for the heart and the mind to deeply store these positive images and memories. And secondly, creating a system when we tell our story to connect different parts of the brain together. The limbic system of the brain is the seat of all emotions. And by creating a powerful, purpose-driven story that uses images, words, metaphors, multi-brain connections, we are able to create a story that deeply touches our hearts and our minds, helping us to operate with mental well-being on a daily, consistent basis. That's the end outcome from this workshop that I'd love to share with you, where you have your authentic, purpose-driven story. And through the power of the art and science of storytelling, images, words, metaphor association, multi-brain connection, you're able to deeply anchor yourself on your story and create your ideal mental well-being routine. So let's delve a little bit deeper into the power of images and words when you connect them together and uncover what metaphor association is all about. Now, metaphor association goes back hundreds of years through the fundamentals of the art of storytelling. So, for example, if I was to ask you to focus on that image of sunflowers beautifully blossoming on a bright, sunny day, and I asked you, how are you feeling today? And you said, I feel bright and excited. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Now, when you say you're on top of the world, immediately your brain and your heart draws a powerful story based on those words. It draws a story of someone who is living life beautifully and feeling good about their overall mind, body, and spirit. And that in itself creates a deep positive association in your mind and your heart. Now, on the other hand, if you were to ask me, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today? And I responded back by saying, I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. Immediately, your mind and heart goes to a deep, sad state, a state of feeling low because of the words and the images that I've used. Right here, where you see the image of the woman trying to push and balance the weight of the world on her shoulders. You get into a negative state of being there in mind and heart. If my response was, I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulder. So just in this simple example, you're able to see the power of images and words when it comes together in a metaphor. A metaphor where you can feel positive and energized, like you're on top of the world, or a metaphor where you feel low and lacking in energy, if it is talking about having the weight of the world on your shoulders. So let's talk about how we now use the power of images and words and metaphors to connect multiple parts of the brain together. Now, there is a concept called neuroplasticity, where you're able to mold and shape different parts of the brain, to rewire the brain, to be more resilient, to be more positive, to enter into survival and thrive mode, where you're able to use words and images and metaphors to connect different parts of the brain together and operate with peak mental wellness and make the most of your day. And through the words and images and the metaphor associations, we will learn how to tap into different parts of the brain, into the limbic system that is the seat of all emotions, to create powerful, deep, positive memories. And when these memories are then connected to different parts of the brain and they powerfully connect heart and mind, you're able to revisit it on a daily basis and learn how to create your own mental wellness routine that is sustainable. So hopefully you get a solid overview of using the power of metaphors and multi-brain connections, tapping into the art and science of storytelling, and the power of stories to boost mind, body, and spirit. Let's delve a bit deeper into unraveling these secrets and applying it to your daily life so that you can boost your mental wellness and operate with peak mental well-being and create your own sustainable routine to make the most of your day. So let's get into the 5-4-30 system to sustain peak mental well-being. How you can invest 5 minutes on a daily basis for 30 days and create a long-lasting positive habit to operate with peak mental well-being and be productive throughout the day. This system, used in conjunction with everything else you're doing right now to boost your mental well-being, will help you to operate with peak mental wellness.